All right, welcome back to Genius. So in this section, let's talk about string methods that use regular expressions. Okay, when we are discussing about string methods, when we're talking about strings and their methods in one of the sessions in the string chapter, I told you that I'm going to reserve the string method that use regular expression for later on in a session in regular expression. So this is where we are right now. So let's take a look at string methods that use regular expression, okay? So in JavaScript, you can use regular expressions with several string methods to manipulate and search text efficiently. So let's say you have a text, you have a string, and you want to search for a particular string, or you want to replace, you want to do whatever you want to do. You just want to manipulate that string. So there are a lot of um, methods you can use to work on to manipulate your string. Okay, so that's what we are going to look at in this session. So we are going to be having a breakdown of the most commonly used string methods with regular expression. So the first one is the match method. This match method returns an array. I'm so sorry that we have not really talked about arrays. I think that would be the next chapter we'll be talking about. So, but I will try to explain the much I can. And now this match method returns an array. Okay, we have been using it already. Most of the examples we've been doing, we're using it already. But in this session, we are going to take a deeper look at it. So the match method searches for a pattern and returns an array of matches. Okay, it searches for a pattern. So when you call the match method, you give it a pattern, a regular expression, or a string. So we are going to see now this match method has um, several overloads. I think it's like up to 2 overloads. So what it means is that when we talk about function overloading, I don't think we mentioned it in the last when we were talking about functions. But function overload means that a particular function with a name can have two versions or more than one version. Okay, don't worry. When we'll talk about this in advanced JavaScript. That's where we discuss method overloading. Okay, so now this is an example. So look at it. We have a test, hello world, hello universe, right? So now we are using this. We are using this test, which is the string dot match. So we are matching hello globally. Remember, we are using this flag and we are using case insensitive flag too. That means it will match this first hello and this one because it is case insensitive. Remember, we talked about flags, okay? So now, when you now console.log matches, it's going to give you an array of the two items. So let's go and let me show you. Let's do something here. Okay, so I'm going to do something here, constant string, and this string is equal to hello world, hello universe. Okay, so so my regular expression is going to be global, and I'm using the global flag and the case sensitive flag. So what am I looking for? I'm looking for hello. What I'm searching for. So I can go on and say result is equal to string.test. Sorry, no. It's not test. I'm using match. Sorry, it's not test. Match. Okay. So this match, all right, it has two overloads. Okay, you can see it has two overloads. So once this thing is highlighted like this, if you click the down arrow button, it will give you the second one. So this second one is expecting a string or a regular expression, and the first one is also expecting a string and is returning an array. So this first one can only take a string. The second one can take a string or a regular expression. So right now, the one we are going to be using, okay, because we are going to give it a regular expression. So we are giving it a regular expression, okay? So it's taking the second one. It has two overloads. The first overload can take a string or a regular expression, and the second overload can only take a string. So here we are. So if I go on and console.log our result, if I log our result, we are going to get the two halos that we have there. Okay, so this is the math. This is the one we have been using already. Okay, this is the one we have been using already, but I can actually, instead of giving it a regular expression here, I can actually give it I can actually give it a what? A string. I can just say hello. So, but right now, what is going, since now, because I have a string, it's only going to match this hello. And it's going to be case sensitive because there is no flag here. We are not using regular expression. So it only return one. Do you understand? It's only return this hello with the index and the input. Okay. There is no group. So that is it. But don't worry, we'll talk about the match all. Okay. I believe we'll be talking about the match all. We'll talk about the match or this match or would actually do more. Okay, but right now, if you're going to give it a string, that means you're not going to pass it any flag because it's not a regular expression. So if you're not interested in, if you're just interested in a string, okay, that is fine. But if you're interested in working with a regular expression, that means you have to create a regular expression and pass in. So I can pass in a string or I can pass in a regular expression and to give me an array. Okay, so then you can now work with the array however you want to work with it. So this is the match method. Okay, all right. Um, so if you want to find all the occurrences, you have to use the regular expression, put the flag, all right? But if you don't want to find all the matches, you can just use, and if you want to find the match with case insensitive, that means you use the regular expression. But if you don't want, you can just use a string, just like I have shown, okay? So if there is no match, it will return null. So now let's say we have something here and we are looking for hello W like this. There will be no match, so it will return null. So if I want to test if there is a match, I could say, I could check if this thing is if this thing is null. Do you understand? To check whether there is a match or there is no match. So if there is no match, it will return null. If there is a match, it will return an array containing the item that it matched. Okay? All right. So the next one is the search. The search, all right, would find the index of the first match. What the search does is search would only return the index, that's the position of that particular string you're looking for. It will just return the index. So the method returns index of the first match or -1 if no match is found. So if there is a match, it will only return the index, that's the position. So if you're interested in getting the position where that particular string you're looking for is, you use the search method. And if you got a match, it will return the index. But if there is no match, it will return -1. Okay? So let's go and do some example. And we'll also take a look at overloads of it. So now, instead of using match, we just want to find the index. We want to know the position. So we use the search, and the search has overload too. It can take a string or it can take a regular expression. Anyone works. So what do we want to look for? We are looking for this regular expression. And remember, because we said global and case insensitive, is going to return the first one because this hello would also match this one because we are saying case insensitive, okay? So if I run now, it will give us 0. 0 is the first, it got it in the first index. But in case we said we don't have any we said it is we are not using the case insensitive flag. That means it's going to match the second one, which is the correct one we are looking for. Okay, depending on the regular expression we are using. Because right now we are not using. If you look at it now, we are not using any case insensitive flag. So it will only match. It will not match this hello because this hello is uppercase and this hello is what we are looking for here. So there is no case insensitive flag. So it will only match the second hello, and this hello, the index is 13. But if we try to find something that is not here, if I run this now, it's going to give us -1. So when you get -1, that means the search didn't match anything. Okay, but if you get any number from 0 and above, you got something. So you can, depending on how you want to work with this, you can make use of this. So in the later section, we are going to do a lot of examples of this regular expression. We'll see how everything works. Okay, so now the next one is replace. Okay, with this replace method, okay, what you're doing is this: you are actually, when you match something, you want to replace it with another string. So the replace method replaces occurrences of a pattern with a new string. So replacing was, if I have hello and I want to replace it with hi. So if I go on, Okay, before I come back to this callback expression now, let me show you something. So I have I have hello, okay? That's my regular expression, and I want to say replace. So if I say replace, I'm finding this regular expression, and what do I want to replace it with? I want to replace it with hello, okay? Capital hello. So if I run this, you can see that it's going to return the string. It will return the string that now contains this new string that you have replaced. So if I go on and run, okay, you can see this hello that we matched, we have replaced it with this hello. So whenever you're working with these methods, take a look at the documentation, okay? You can see that the return value here is a string. So this string is going to be the string that it's the new string after replacing it, the new string, okay? So that's it. Then you can also use a callback function. You can actually manipulate with a function. You can do whatever you want to do with the match. We have talked about function, and I don't really know. Can I remember? Did we callback function? Okay, if we didn't talk about it, that means we'll be talking about it in the advanced JavaScript. So let's say this thing can also, the second version of it, the second overload can take a function. So take a callback function, and this is a callback function. Okay, this could be a callback function, but it's going to return. You have to return something. So it's either, I'm sorry if you don't understand what I'm going to do here now. Maybe I don't think we talked about callback function. Okay, so it's something we talk about in the JavaScript mastery. So this function will get the match as an argument, and basically, all right, this might be more advanced, but don't bother if you don't get it. It's okay if you don't get it, all right? So what do we want to do? I can take this match and do whatever I want to do with it. So I'm going to return this match. I'm going to say maybe uppercase, okay? Like I'm going to say uppercase, and when I run this, so this method, this callback function, I got a match. They will give me the match as an argument. Then I can now do whatever I want to do with the match here. I can say match this match. I want to return it to be uppercase. So if I run this, that hello will now be uppercase. All right. I can also say this match. I want to replace it with. I want to return hi. Okay. I want to return hi. So it's going to replace it with hello world, hi universe. So you can do whatever you want to do here. I can say I want to return match dot, let's say substring. Whatever is just up to you. Whatever you want to do with it, just do with it. Okay, whatever you want to do with it, just do with it. So I can say I want to return a substring of that hello, and look at it, it gave me he. Okay, so this could be advanced, I understand that, but in case you understand what I did, you can actually manipulate, and with this particular match, you can do whatever you want to do with it. Okay, you can do whatever you want to do with it. I can say I want to return this match, and I want to do, remember that repeat. I want to repeat it 4 times. So this our hello will not be repeated 4 times. You get it? So look, you can just do whatever you want to do with it. All right. So this is something that if you sometimes these skills are just needed. Okay, they will just help you. The more you learn, the more you understand, the more skills you have, the better you become as a programmer. All right. So now we can take a look at split. We talked about split method when we were talking about strings method. And the split method, you can actually split a string into an array using a particular delimiter. Okay. So in case you don't understand any of this, then please reach out to us so that we can explain better for you. Okay. Chat us on WhatsApp. We are there. We promise to personal coaching and would always be available for you. Okay. So now the split method will split a string based on a regular expression pattern. All right. So now let me show you. I will do the normal split method. Now let's say we have this split. We have this, look at it. We have this string. We want to split this string. The normal one will do this way. Dot split. Okay. It will ask you what do you want, which do you want to use to the splitter? I want to split this thing whenever we have comma. So that means this string is going to be splitted into two. we have hello world and we have hello universe. So if I run this thing, we are going to get an array. All right, this is me using a normal string. So you can see we got an array. We splitted this thing into two strings. All right, but now instead of me to use a normal string, I could use a regular expression. You can see this is the first version that takes a string. The second version takes a regular expression. So I might want to split this thing based on a regular expression, and that regular expression is going to be comma. All right. So I can actually put the limit and stuff like that, but that will be up to you to work around. So if I run this now, I'm going to still get the same thing because right now, the first time I used a string, and this time around I'm using a regular expression. So whatever you would want to match, once you match it, it will split it into two. Okay? It will split it depending on, it just split it depending on the match that you got here. Okay, so we also have match all. All right? Match all will give you. Oh, okay. I'm still going to come back to replace all. Yes. I'm going to come back to replace all. All right. Once we finish this match all, I'm going to come back to replace all. Okay. So now the match all method returns an iterator. This might also be advanced because you might not understand what an iterator is. We'll talk about it in the advanced JavaScript. Okay, but let me just show you. When I say, when the first one, let's go back to match. If I say I'm looking for split dot match, all right, this match would only give me um, the first occurrence. Let's say I'm not using global. Okay, look at it. Look at it. I don't want to use regular expression. I want to use a normal string. And I'm not using global. Do you understand? So I'm not using global. So if I run this thing now, I'm just going to get one match. Do you understand? I'm going to get the first occurrence because here I'm using a normal string. I'm not using a regular expression. But what if I don't want to use a regular expression, but I want to capture all possible occurrences? I'll use the match all. Do you understand? When I use the match all, guess what? This match all is going to give us every occurrence. Okay, so sorry, he gave us an iterator. So, but this might be advanced. I'm sorry if you don't understand it, but don't bother if in case you don't understand it, you get to understand it in later future. Okay. So, but what we can do is this. What this thing returns an iterator. Okay. So we can just make this iterator to be an array. Okay, we can make this iterator, whatever is returning. What I'm doing here might be advanced for you, but don't worry if you don't understand it. So I can make this in an iterator. I can convert it to an array like this by spreading this whole thing that we got here into this array, and this will not be an array instead of an iterator. So now what I can do now is I can now say, okay, so if I console.log my results, let's see what we get. I console.log, oh, sorry. I console.log my results. So we are going to get an array. So let's see what this array contains. Okay, this is an array of one item. All right. So if I go on to check the first item in this array, we are going to get, you see what we got? We got the item. That's what we are looking for. We got the index and stuff. So with this now, this is not this is just giving us um okay, so the match all, it just gave us the first occurrence, but the thing is that um okay, we have to give it a regular expression. So if I give it only takes a regular expression or a string, a variable name or string nature. So now if you really want to get the occurrence, multiple occurrences of this, so we have to use this regular expression here. So I'll use the global and also case insensitive so that I can match everything. So once I do this, I'll pass it regex. Okay, play around with these things. So if I run this now, we are going to get the two of them. So if I run that, we are going to get an array that has two items. You can see we have two items, okay? So let's say I go for the first item. All right, we are going to get, so we got the item, the match, we got the index, and we got the string. Okay, so you can actually work around this. So you can, this is an array right now. So you can do whatever you want to do. You can loop through it and do whatever you want to do with it. So if I go on now, so we have, let's say I go on to write a for each method. If I say res dot for each, and my callback function would be this is, let's say this is the item, and I just want to console.log it. This is my callback function. Okay, I just want to console.log whatever for each of them. I want to console.log. Okay, so I console.log my item. So let's see what we get. Of course, we're going to get this thing that we got, the two of them. So we got it, the first one, the second one. So you can see we got this hello. Okay, so I can also say, because this item has index, so I can say dot, let's say I can go for, if I want to get the index, I can go for the second item, which is 1 here. And if I run this, instead of getting the whole item, I'm going to get their index. Oh, sorry. Um, so this item is an array. Let me log again. This item is an array. Okay, sorry. This is it. This is both of them were logged. So um this is an array of two items. Okay. Hello world. This is the input and this is the what we got. So this is an array, right? Okay. And I want to play around with this. I'm looking for what to do with it. So we have the first item to be. So if I do this, I should get, why was I getting an error? The first item of this array should be the hello. Okay. Then the second item is what? Let's see. Why did I get an error then? Undefined. Okay. So that means this might not, what we are seeing here might not be included. Okay. So we have the item. Okay. All right. So you can play around with this thing, just like I'm trying to do here, but I wouldn't want to waste too much of your time. So when you use the match or with a regular expression and the flags, you can get whatever you want to get as an array. Then you can put it this way to actually get. But don't bother if you don't understand this. This is really advanced, okay? So let me take you back to the replace all. You understand? So when we were doing this, we want to replace, sorry, we have constant result is equal to string dot replace. Okay, so string dot replace. All right, so we want to replace hello. What do we want to replace? Remember, it also has a callback function, but let's just replace it with hi. Okay, and if I console.log our result, we are going to get. So it has been replaced. But if I say replace all, okay, this replace all will replace every occurrence of. So instead of using this one, I'm going to do use this regular expression. So wherever we got this hello with that regular expression is going to replace. So we're going to say hi world, hi universe. All right. But also we can also do something like this. We also have a callback function here with this replace all. Okay, so replace will just replace with the first occurrence, but replace all will replace everything. All right. So, okay, let me try something. Replace all with hi. Okay. So let me just try the replace only and see if we replace all occurrences because we are using the global flag there. Yes, because we're using the global flag. So it got this whole thing and replaced each of them. Do you understand? So if I remove the global flag, it only replace the first occurrence. Okay. And so it will only replace the first occurrence. So the second occurrence will not replaced. So we can go, but let's try this thing with the replace all and see if without the global flag there, if we're able to replace everything. So if we go now, oh, we have an error. Okay. it says replace all code with a non-global expression. So you have to use the global expression here, or if you don't want to use the regular expression, you can go with hello. Of course, this is not, it's going to replace the only one now because we only have one hello with small letter. Okay, so you can see it only got this one. So in case you want to use the regular expression, you would have to put the global flag. So you see, it gave me an error. So if I use the global flag, the regular expression with global flag, it replaces everything. Okay. So now this replace all also has a callback function. I want to show you this. It has a callback function. Okay. And we can just play around with this callback function. All right. So the first argument is the match. All right. Okay, the second argument is the first argument is the match. Then any other thing that comes in here could be array. So the first one is the match. The second one is the match, the capture. In case you are capturing, okay. You remember when we did groups capturing? Excuse me. The third one is the index, and the last one is the original string. The original string. Okay, but in the case of this, we are not capturing anything, so this capture will not work, but let me just walk you through it. I will say console.log, all right? I'm going to use this. I will say, um, match is this. Match is match. This is the match that we got. Excuse me. Excuse me. I will say capture. I will say capture. This is the capture that we got. I will now say index. This is the index that we got. I will now say original string. Original string will give us the one we have there. Okay. So now, but first of all, I want to, you can see that this, like I said, this is advanced, but I'm having a callback function, and I can do with it whatever I want to do with it. So whatever logic you want to play around there is up to you. All right. So I will comment this one out. I'm just trying to play around with this thing. So here for this capture to work, we have to use that group that we did. So let's go and let's capture this guy. Remember, all right, let's capture this guy. So we are not using, okay, we still have to use let's still leave our pattern, but we want to capture hello. All right, so when we run this now, I hope we don't get an error. Okay, you can see we got two matches. We got the first match captured the first hello, and you see the capture here. What we captured was hello. Remember, when you're using groups, by default, it's going to capture. All right. So when you're using groups, it's going to capture. But if you don't want to make use of your capture, don't use. You will now use the non-capturing group where you will not put the question mark and the colon like this. So if we run this thing and look at it, to not capture this. So this our capture will be empty. We are going to get some unexpected results. Right now, we are not capturing. You can see capture. Now you can see this capture actually was now 0. That was the index. But I just want to refresh your memory about captured groups and non-capturing groups. Okay, so if we go back now, we can see that we captured the hello and the two hellos that we got. But let me try and see if I don't use this global, and let me see if it also work. We might get an error. Okay, we got an error. So we'll have to use the global, but let's make it case insensitive so that we'll capture only the first hello, the lowercase hello. So you can see we got the match, which is hello, the capture, which is hello. That's what we capture, so we can work with it. We got the index that is 13, and we got the original string, hello world, hello universe. Now, in case you did not use capture, All right. Though you're not supposed to put capture here. Right now, we are not capturing anything. We are not using groups, so we are not going to capture anything. So I will have to remove this. If not, we'll get. So when you're not using capture, please don't put this. Had even we are using TypeScript now, this would make a lot of sense. Okay, we would have seen this will make a lot of sense, but right now we are not using TypeScript. So if I run this thing now, our capture is going to be null or undefined because we don't have it. So if I run this thing now, okay, so we are capture is undefined, so we don't have to put capture here, please. Mm. All right. So in case you're not capturing, if in case you're not using group, don't put capture here. But the first one is going to be mad. The second one will be the index. The third one will be the original string. These three things will always be available when you're running this. So when we run this now, you see we got the match, we got the index at 13, we got the original string. Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, if you have any question, if you have any confusion, please reach out to us so that we can actually clear. You want you to learn this, we want you to understand this thing. So I will see you in the next session. In the next session, we'll talk about the regular expression object, the constructor method. Okay. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next section.